said he was given an hour to say yes to fighting Vergil Ortiz. He said yeah, and allegedly, according to him, according to reports, that he is going to be fighting Vergil Ortiz February 22nd in Riyadh season. I told y'all, man, that card ain't gonna look as good as y'all think it's gonna look. All them big fights y'all wanted to see. Originally, it was supposed to be Crawford and Vergil Ortiz, from what I'm told, headlining that card. And Crawford just didn't see any value in fighting Vergil Ortiz. Apparently, he wanted to wait around for Canelo, and it was possibly a Conor Ben fight, Conor McGregor fight, but McGregor, got in trouble. So that kind of fell out. That kind of fell out when McGregor kind of catching that, grape soda case. So that was supposed to probably be the headliner in Riyadh season. And like I said about Bud, at this point, man, just retire. That's what I would say. Just retire. Canelo ain't trying to take no tough fights, and everybody in the boxing world behind the scene and on the scene know it. Everybody know it. Everybody know it. Everybody know it. So, but originally the card was supposed to look like Vergil, Bud, I'm guessing Parker Du Bois, Ennis, Ortiz, Kid Austin, Shakur Stevenson was supposed to be some of the fights on that card, that was known. Now, Kid Austin daddy doubled down and said, why are you turning? They fighting. They fighting Bud. So they doubled down and said they fighting Bud. I mean, not Bud, they fighting Shakur. So that's what they said. So, that's supposed to be in rotation. So that's going to be what it's going to be. But now Vergil and Xander Zayas, I just don't think Xander Zayas any good. I just ain't seen. I don't see it. And it seems like Top Rank is trying to get out the business. Let Shakur walk, let T.O. walk. Not T.O., let Shakur walk. Who else walk? They let walk. Bud walk. Right now, sacrifice Big Baby. That was against their will. And now they possibly sacrificing Xander Zayas, which I just don't see it in Xander Zayas. And I'm just being 100% honest. I don't really see what everybody else sees in Xander Zayas. And I could be wrong. I watch him fight and I just don't see anything that sticks out. He's a really solid fighter. That's what I see, a really, really solid fighter. And that's pretty much where it ended at. He's a solid fighter. And that's it. So, but, him and Vergil Ortiz, but Xander Zayas seemed to be growing into his frame, too. He seemed to be a big kid. So, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, that'll be a great fight for Puerto Rican Parade weekend. But even if Zayas come up short, he can come back from that. He probably going to get better from this fight. And talking to Kobe and Town yesterday, they were saying that they still think he a prospect. But at some point, a prospect got to turn into a contender. And that's for real. A prospect got to turn into a contender, and a contender got to turn into a champion. Only time I can really think of a prospect turned into a champion was when Leon Spinks beat up on Muhammad Ali. But Leon Spinks, you hear Floyd Schofield Sr. talk about that. The difference with that was Leon fucking Spinks was an Olympic gold medalist, and that's the greatest boxing family in history is the Spinks family. I don't think anybody can debate that. Corey Spinks, I think he was undisputed, wasn't he, when he fought Zab Judah? Michael Spinks, Jing Spinks, is considered one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time. Him, Michael Moore, in my opinion, Roy Jones Jr., Archie Moore, and maybe a handful of other guys that can be in that conversation. And I remember watching Corey Spinks and Jermaine Taylor. I felt that, Corey won that fight. So he should have been middleweight champion of the world. I'll never forget watching that fight. That fight, and that fight for me, and I should go this way. That fight for me and Winky Wright and Bernard Hopkins, I just felt like Winky beat Bernard Hopkins. And that's when HBO was good. Kawasaki and Kessler was on there. You know what I'm saying? We had some, tremendous fights on there, man. So, yeah, we had some tremendous fights, man. And, so, but, like I said before, that was back in the day, bro. That was when boxing was goody, you know what I'm saying? But Xander's and Vergil, man, I'll be pulling for either or of them. I don't have nothing against Xander Zayas, and I ain't got nothing against Vergil. But if I had to pick, I would probably go with Vergil in that fight. Just he more tested throughout his career. But if I'm Zayas, I'm the big. I think I don't know the dimensions, but he seemed to be the bigger, strong, at least the bigger, rangier guy. I would just keep Vergil on the outside. I would just let Vergil walk into things. I would work on my uppercut. I would exclusively work on the body to Vergil. I would work on that body. I would work on breaking Vergil's body down, uppercut, coming around that high guard, working my angles. And the one thing about working angles when you work somebody to use that Winky Wright type high guard defense is you want to use angles and go around that guard, and that uppercut going to be very important. Doubling up to the body. You know what I'm saying? Doubling up to the body. Throwing combinations. And if you Vergil, you really probably want to take it to him early. That's what I would say. You probably really want to take it to him early, test the kid out, set a pace, go to his body, see if he can take the power. He a big, strong kid. But if I'm Xander's ass, when I watch, keep him at the end of those punches, throw combinations, slip them uppercuts in there, double up to the body. That's what I would honestly say. It's a good fight. It's a good cancellation fight. It don't have the pizzazz as Vergil and Jaron Ennis. I mean, he taking the risk because the money right. And also he get a WBC interim title. And, it's not a title on the line, but the money right. And it's a big profile fight. He probably feel like it's a winnable fight. And if he lose, what's the loss? He can come back and do it again. So, it's a good fight. It's a fight. It's a good cancellation fight. I mean, he went from Bud to Boots to now Xander Zayas, so Mexico and Puerto Rico. But as far as his career, originally he went from Tim Tszyu to Bud to Boots to now to Xander Zayas. So but shit, Xander, sometimes you got to make that leap. Sometimes you got to make that leap, and a lot of these top ranked fighters getting an autonomy to be able to do what they want to do and take this turkey out of Sheik money. I know they got a partnership. But, Big Baby got the bread, Xander's got the bread, and it's like a lot of these dudes not willing to step up, for the sake of boxing. They stepping up because they getting money that, they getting a lot of money. They getting a huge portion of money, so can't really knock it. You can't really knock it, man. So, yeah, I'm for it, man. So, you still sound like getting Kid Austin, Shakur Stevenson, Vergil, Zayas, but other than that, I don't really care for Parker and Du Bois like that. I watch it, but I'd rather see Bacoli and Du Bois. But even though he throwing all this money in boxing, it still can't buy the best fights that you want to see in the sport of boxing. He still can't make Tank fight. He still can't make Bud fight. He still can't make Boots fight. And I told y'all from the beginning it wasn't about the money. A lot of y'all didn't believe me. I just told y'all, man, the athletes today are just not competitive anymore. They don't want to compete. It's not a gladiator sport no more. A lot of these dudes just do boxing just to get money. They don't do it because I loved it and I wanted to be a world title. I wanted one of those belts around my waist. No, they doing it for monetary gain. I tell y'all, anytime your heart is just in something for monetary gain, even if you pursuing a career because it's a lot of money, if you don't love doing it, it's gonna feel like a drag. So, but you know, I probably favor Vergil in this fight, but it wouldn't surprise me if Xander Zayas, you know, did the upset because Top Rank, they groom their fighters pretty well, so they prepare them for these situations. So, yep, you know, it wouldn't be surprised if Turkey Al Sheikh was putting a stipend in their contracts where they pay their promoters to allow them to come work over there too. So, money ain't no thing. A lot of these dudes just don't want to compete. So, like I said, it's up to y'all not to watch the programming. It's up to us, you know, to shun that shit. Don't stream it. Don't watch it. If it's not important, don't watch it. So, you know, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what's in the comment section. Peace.